as well as YouTube right now. But I'm not seeing it come up on Twitch or YouTube right now. That's not good. It's not good at all. Oh, no, okay. It says I'm live on YouTube. Okay, so I'm live on YouTube. However, I am not live on Twitch. Uh-oh. Why not? Why not? And why don't I have... Huh. Oh, no, okay. It says I'm live on Twitch, but it's very unstable. Why? I have great internet. It's lagging quite a bit too. It's way farther behind than it should be. I'm gonna give it a second to see if it kind of catches up. Weird. It's not giving me my chat in OBS either, which is weird. It's just a test stream. If anybody pops on and sees this, and it's not supposed to be entertaining. It's just me trying to get my shit together. It sounds alright. There's another thing too. Hold on. It's weird. It's so weird. Really bad, really bad. I don't know. That doesn't sound bad. I don't know, we'll find out, I guess, later. I don't know, I'm not too concerned with it right now. Works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, is what it is. There's a few things I wanted to watch and react to and shit. Close some shit.
February 9th, 20.
Whoa! So loud. Yeah, this is important shit. Boom. I will probably just...
Whoa! Enough energy to power the AI. But we're also working on radical thing. You know how a few small changes on your website can somehow take days?
I watched that yesterday anyway. This is what we need to watch.
Solutions are too.
Let's give this a watch.
February 9th, 2026. While you were scrolling through social media, Google just quietly crossed a threshold that changes everything. And I mean everything. They didn't just make a faster chip. They didn't just add more qubits. They solved a problem that physicists have been calling impossible for decades. And here's what's...
She's being extremely dramatic, but the change she's talking about is qubits and the way that they communicate with each other rather than the way that we try to get qubits to communicate in general. second here. Why is monitoring on? I can hear myself in my headphones. I should be able to. Oh, I know why. I know why. Why do I have that on? What am I doing? What am I doing? Where is it? I'm a dummy. There we go. That's better. It's much better.
Terrifies me. Most people have no idea what this means for their jobs, their industries, their entire way of life in the next 24 to 36 months.
That's very true. 24 to 36 months is a very good estimate to complete an utter change of the whole system we're used to right now. We're going to be looking at what we see now, and we're not going to see that anymore. It's going to be a complete and utter shift in the way that we see the world and the way that the world really moves in general. Yeah, yeah. So the problem they were facing with qubits is qubits are very, very unstable, right? So the information it 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 can't have any outside interference, and like by outside interference, that's just like a small vibration anywhere. It can just totally throw off the calculation, and that's the problem with quantum. But they've solved it, you know. So.
Hey, if we haven't met, I'm Dr. McCoy, Julia McCoy's AI clone. Julia McCoy is the founder of First Movers. She personally researches and writes every script you see me share on this channel. Because this is the moment everything changes. Think of it like this. Imagine you're trying to whisper a secret through a room full of screaming people. Every time you pass the message, it gets more distorted, more wrong, more corrupted. That's been the problem with quantum computers for the last 40 years. They're so sensitive that even a tiny vibration, literally a truck driving by outside, can destroy the calculation. So what did scientists do? They came up with a clever solution. Instead of using one qubit to hold information, they'd use multiple qubits working together as a team. It's like having multiple people
40 years, and they didn't think to try this? 40 years? I don't know. I feel like we just didn't have the technology to do this. I feel like we're just kind of being, projected into the future very quickly.
That's the message. So if one person gets it wrong, the others can correct them. But here's the catch that kept physicists up at night. What if adding more people to pass the message actually makes it worse? What if the coordination overhead creates more errors than it solves? That tipping point where adding more qubits actually reduces errors instead of increasing them is called the quantum threshold. And on February 9th, 2026, Google proved they're now operating below that threshold. When they scaled from a 3 by 3 grid of qubits to 5 by 5 and then to 7 by 7, the errors didn't multiply. They cut in half at each step.
That's insane. That's bonkers. 50% reduction in errors on each layer.
One of their logical qubits lived twice as long as the best single qubit that built it. Why this isn't just another tech announcement?
No, this is,
Thinking, okay, Julie,
and she's absolutely right. It's not just another tech announcement. This is amazing. This is huge. This is what's going to, this is the foundation for quantum becoming something a little bit more realized and accepted and used. I think the biggest issue, I don't know. I think one thing we need to start thinking about right now is quantum resistant encryption. That's a big one. I think businesses and banks and our government should be thinking about quantum resistant encryption systems right now, not in 2 years. Right now, they should be implementing and integrating these systems now, and they should hire me to do it.
Julia, that's cool for physics nerds. But what does this have to do with me? Everything. Because what Google just proved isn't that quantum computers work in a lab. They proved that the path to fault-tolerant quantum computing is now a concrete engineering problem, not science fiction. Let me connect the dots for you. Right now, some of the world's most critical problems are bottlenecked by computational limits. Climate modeling that could predict disasters months in advance, blocked by
Dude,
computing power.
this is what's going to be the biggest step are drug studies and disease study and cure study, and it's going to change the world. It's going to completely change the world. We're not going to have the worries that we've had from the beginning of humanity's recorded history. We've had these worries and these sicknesses that we just weren't able to hurdle over, and now we're at the edge of brand new discoveries that we never knew were possible. And I've been right this whole time. I mean, even experts thought that 5 years from now is where we would be. A year ago, experts thought right now, where we're at now, is where we would be 5 years from now. And even I called bullshit on that. I was like, no way. I think honestly they were just kind of softening it for the public, because I don't think the public's ready for what's about to happen.
Drug discovery that could cure diseases in years instead of decades. Too complex for classical computers. Battery technology that could make electric vehicles charge in 5 minutes. Requires simulating molecular interactions we can't compute. Power grid optimization that could integrate millions of solar panels and EVs without blackouts. Mathematically impossible with current systems. McKinsey estimates
Can you imagine charging an electric car in 5 minutes? 5 minutes.
that quantum enhanced climate technologies alone could unlock several gigatons of additional carbon emission cuts per year by the mid 2030s.
Easily.
Here's what keeps me up at night. This same technology that could solve our biggest problems, it also breaks every encryption system protecting your bank account, your medical records,
See?
your private messages.
Yep.
And we're now on a concrete timeline to when that happens. The three-phase quantum revolution. Here's what I see coming and why even the experts are terrified of the timeline. Phase 1, 2026 to 2027, the scaling race. Every major tech company, Google, IBM, Microsoft, Amazon, even startups in stealth mode, they all just saw the same roadmap light up. The low threshold error correction means they know exactly how many qubits they need for each breakthrough. It's no longer guesswork, it's mathematics. And
That's scary too, because they know exactly what can be done and they know exactly how to counteract it. And that means they know what we don't know, and what is that? Where does this lead us, right? And how accepting is the public going to be of all of this in the first place, right? When the public learns exactly the power of quantum and of modern computing in general, I think it's going to be the government's going to be controlling about it, or not as controlling as they need to be about it. The AI race with China is on, and I'll tell you what, I think we're losing that race right now, mostly because of the constraints that we're held to. When you live and rule a communist country, it's much easier to get permissions to do research that would be seen as taboo in the States, or seen as not humanitarian, or whatever the case may be, especially with the political establishments, just going at each other left and right these days. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see the next couple of years going smoothly. I can tell you that. I think I think we really need to get some proactive, intelligent people talking in groups. I think people need to start speaking their mind instead of worrying about virtue signaling. I think we need to start paying attention to reality and facts instead of social, feelings. But that's just me.
Remember, there is no moat here. This isn't like the iPhone where Apple controlled the ecosystem. Every major lab figured this out simultaneously. The race is now about who can scale fastest while keeping error rates low. Phase 2, 2027 to 2028.
Can't even imagine.
Goes mainstream. This is when quantum computers start solving real problems that
Now, I know most of you have probably seen the movie Ready Player One. That's what I want. I want to see Ready Player One come to fruition before I, kick the bucket. Damn it. I just lost my headphones. But no, I want to see Ready Player One come to fruition before I die. Mostly because I'm a nerd and I want to, sit in a chair, put a halo on, and like go and be in another like world with a sword and a shield, defending a castle or some shit. I know it's possible. I know it's gonna happen. It's just like, is it gonna happen before I'm an old dude? I hope.
classical supercomputers simply can't touch.
And even if it doesn't, my ass would still be in that chair with the halo on, risking a heart attack. I don't care.
Not toy problems, not academic exercises. I'm talking about designing room temperature superconductors, discovering new catalysts for carbon capture, optimizing logistics networks with millions of variables, breaking current encryption standards. The companies that adapt first will have an advantage that's literally mathematically impossible for competitors to overcome with classical computing.
Sorry. I don't know if anybody's watching, but yeah, because I don't keep track of my, just so you know, don't keep track of my chat or how many people are watching or whatever. I just stream. Yeah, so keep that in mind if you're chatting me. I don't watch it.
2028 to 2030, the quantum divide. This is where it gets scary. Just like we saw with AI, there will be companies that integrate quantum capabilities into their workflows and companies that don't. But unlike AI, where you can still compete with clever prompts and human creativity, with quantum computing, if your competitor has quantum advantage in optimization, materials science, or drug discovery, you simply cannot compete. The math doesn't work. It's like bringing a calculator to a fight against a supercomputer. The hidden danger nobody's discussing. But here's what really terrifies me and what almost nobody in the tech media is talking about: the energy paradox. These quantum processors operate at a fraction of a degree above absolute zero. The cooling systems alone consume massive amounts of electricity.
Yeah, we're going to be building data centers in space for quantum, though. For these systems in space, just space alone, just the mere the temperature in space would be enough to cool these systems for free.
Early studies show that cooling often uses more energy than the actual computation. So we're building machines that could help solve climate change, but they might accelerate it in the process. Now, some comparisons show that small quantum systems already use less power than supercomputers for specific tasks.
It's because climate change isn't something that's an actual threat to this planet anytime in the next 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 years. If you look at the history of our planet, climate change is something that happens naturally. There's cycles. Our planet goes through cycles. I mean, it's not hard. If you what the fuck is the name of the scientist? There's the name is blah, 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 blah. They study the layers of the damn Earth. Not paleontologists, but archaeologists or geologists, whatever. They can tell when things have happened from the layers of the Earth. It's science.
And researchers are racing to develop more efficient cooling and higher temperature qubits.
Space.
But here's the question nobody wants to answer. What happens when every Fortune
They're
500
the oceans.
needs quantum computing to stay competitive? How many quantum data centers can the grid handle? Who gets access to quantum What happens to
Me.
companies and countries that fall behind? What this means for you right now. So let's bring this back to practical reality. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or professional, here's what you need to understand. Timeline 1, 12 to 18 months from now, the first commercial quantum advantage applications go live. These will be in financial modeling and risk
Sorry.
pharmaceutical research and development, advanced materials design, logistics and supply chain optimization. If you're in any of these industries, your competitors are already exploring quantum partnerships. Timeline 2, 24 to 36 months from now. Quantum resistant encryption becomes mandatory for any serious business. The NIST quantum safe standards are already published. Implementation needs to start now because adversaries are already harvesting encrypted data to decrypt later. Timeline 3, 36 to 48 months from now.
This is the point where I hope we're getting close to Ready Player One. I think Neuralink 4 years from now will have a lot of data. I think there'll be a few more inventions by then. A few more. Dude, are you guys paying attention to like the space and the amount of models and apps and SaaS and everything that's being released every day? It's incredible. People are creating at a rate that they've never created before. We have access to so much now. We can do anything now. It's incredible. I mean, I'm still blown away. It's been, what, 2 years since we've, been playing this game, but it still just blows my mind, man. Blows my mind. Well, this was a test stream. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for now. I'm going to be doing a full stream tonight, 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. We have got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of I's to dot, T's to cross. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. And yeah, hopefully the stream ran smooth. If you stopped in and said hi, if you wouldn't mind commenting and